so that we this workshop. How's everyone doing today?
Pretty good, thank you. How are you?
Great. Hi, April. I'm glad.
Hi. Good.
The government finally stopped bullying me at work to resign, so I'm happy about that. Well, oh,
Yay.
no, wait, because they extended it to the 10th. What's today's date? Oh,
The
Monday.
night.
They'll stop on Monday.
Yay.
They'll stop harassing us on Monday. And then we're going to get an email from HR talking about come take a training about workplace violence. And I'm like, can we report the government to also come take this workshop on workplace violence?
Mm.
Because terrorizing us is not it. Um,
Siéntate, peralo, que ellos van para allá.
yeah, I hope everybody has been, it's been moments of anxiety, of a lot of uncertainty. I hope that everyone is finding time and space to take care of themselves. That's so important. I try to stay away from social media because I see things come up and then I'm just like, oh, it's overwhelming. Um, but yeah.
I took a break for a week.
Oh well, it's necessary. Maybe longer.
Mm.
Maybe longer. All right, let's get into it. Let's get into this. Could everyone see the presentation? All right. So
Yeah.
today's for everyone, please mute yourself. If you want to contribute anything, feel free to raise your hand or do so in the chat, okay? Um, today's writing workshop is Writing the Unwritten, Embracing Uncertainty as a Creative Force. So we're here to explore uncertainty, not only as something to fear, but also as an invitation. Uncertainty is often framed as a problem, something we need to fix, avoid, or overcome. We live in a world that demands certainty about who we are, where we're going, what comes next. But what if the unknown isn't a void? What if it's a doorway? Think about it. Every new chapter of our lives, every big change, every creative idea begins with a moment of uncertainty. It's in these unwritten spaces that possibility lives. Before any story is told, before any decision is made, before any path is chosen, there is a space of not knowing, and that space isn't empty. It's full of questions, dreams, potential, and choices waiting to be made. Writing gives us a way to explore these spaces instead of trying to control or resist uncertainty. Today, we're going to step into it with curiosity. We will use writing as a tool to navigate the unknown, to see what stories, ideas, and possibilities emerge when we stop searching for the right answer and start exploring what's already here. Where will our words take us? Let's find out. So, writing is inherently courageous. It allows us to confront truths, challenge silence, and open doors to change. In this session, we'll reflect on fear, celebrate courage, and imagine what life could look like if fear no longer held us back. So, did I pick the wrong? Hold on. Did I pick the wrong presentation? No.
No, this matches the invitation.
Okay. Thank you so much. Because
No problem.
it just reminded me of the first prompt from last
Me too, me too. I was like, wait,
workshop.
didn't we do this already?
Yeah, Belle. So in my mind, I'm like, espérate. Okay, so warm-up questions, 8 minutes, folks. When you hear the word courage, what comes to mind? Is there a person, memory, or story that inspires you when you think about courage? So let's take 8 minutes to work on answering these two questions. And you do not need to share if you don't wish to share. If you do want to share, let me know. And let me see, I should be setting a timer somewhere over here. Where's my timer? Timer, 8 minutes. So we're going to do 8 minutes. And starting now. 5 more minutes. 2 more minutes, folks. Okay, does anyone want to share on this prompt? No? You can move on to the next one. Okay,
Wait. I'll take it.
you take it?
Yes.
Go
I was
ahead.
just finishing up my last sentence. Okay. So, start what? Speaking of courage, this is a great topic for this time for me because I have been avoiding doing this topic. Okay, so here it goes. I am still uncertain about my mother's motives in letting my sister Rita out of the bathroom naked. I was standing in the room adjacent the bathroom, which was the master bedroom, plus listening to a lot of laughter between Rita and mom as mom showered her. Rita was about 13 years of age at the time, but still needed help with her personal care. Or not, I don't know for sure, but mom always bathed her. Rita and I were very close, so close we would have made love with each other had it not been for mother appearing out of nowhere with her shoe to interrupt us. I got a few slaps with the shoe on my rear end, but Rita got 10 times as many. Her beating seemed endless. The message was clear. As the caring sibling, I was responsible for the behavior of the two of us. I was to make sure Rita will not get such horrible beating again. That's as far as I got.
Rosita, which part of the prompt was that? Was that in response to when you hear courage, what comes to mind? Or
Oh,
is that the memory?
well, that's a memory, but that's what comes to mind when I hear courage. Yeah, this takes a lot of courage to write. Incest is something that people don't write about very often.
Yeah.
Writing unwritten.
I agree. Thank you for sharing that, Rosita. Anyone else? I think I saw Mel.
So I wrote, when I hear the word courage, I think of lions and tigers and bears. Oh my, that's the first thing, right? And then I think about how scary courage can be, but also how much of a necessity it is for us to survive and adapt to the changes that are inevitable. Courage brings forth self-awareness, reflection, and it challenges us to question ourselves regarding our stance and asks us, what are you willing to do to stand firm in your conviction? My LGBTQIA plus community is courageous. We stand proud against adversity when we face those that fear us because we have the courage to live this lifetime authentically. While they live in fear and self-doubt, repressing themselves for a future or an afterlife that they're scared to admit might not even exist at all.
Wow. Thank you, Mel. Thank you so much. Is there anyone else who wishes to share?
I could share.
Go ahead.
When I think about courage, I think about risk, change, strength, fear, pressure, potential hardship. And then when it was like, is there a person that inspires you when you think about courage? I honestly thought about myself because I have done some courageous things and I don't even know how I be doing these things.
Yes, you facing
Like,
your fear.
but like, I went to college in Syracuse University. Like that was huge. 4 hours from home. I some years, I graduated college. All of that was like crazy. But then I ended up sometime later, I ended up moving to Indiana, like to start new a whole life and
What?
a whole different career. Yeah.
How many Dominicans are in Indiana?
Not that many, but we made it work. There was a spot where we could get mango and all of that. But then
Wow.
COVID came and all of that. And then I moved to New Jersey, or start a whole new career, whole new state. That's where I'm at now. I solo travel, so like I've done solo trips where I'm alone in a whole new country. When I went to Portugal, I didn't even really know the language. So I've done some things.
Yes.
Do it. Like I right now, I need to be courageous because there's things changing in my career. And I'm like, oh my God. But like I'm like scared and I'm like stressed, but at the same time, like, girl, but you did other things. You did harder things. But I don't know why, like you at first, when you realize that, oh, I have to make a change and I gotta have courage, you like go back to being like a child. And you're like,
Yeah.
I'm scared. But that's what I was thinking about.
Thank you. See, folks, that's some courageous people. The courage is in you, okay? We could do it. All right, let's move on to the next prompt. Sometimes the best things in life happen when we least expect them. Think about a time when uncertainty or an unexpected change led to something positive. Maybe a new opportunity, a shift in perspective, or a path you wouldn't have chosen otherwise. Write about a time when something unexpected led you somewhere new. What was uncertain at that time? What did you learn from that experience? Idalmi shared actually this prompt before she even saw it. But yeah, let's work on this for 10 minutes, folks.
Mayre, aire,
3 more minutes. Okay, we're just gonna go through these prompts and we'll share at the end, folks, okay? So the next prompt is we all have aspects of our lives that are still unfolding. Maybe it's a decision you haven't made, a dream you haven't pursued, or a story you haven't told. This is a chance to explore that open space, not with fear, but with curiosity. What part of your life feels unwritten right now? Describe the space in detail. What emotions or possibilities live there? This is another 10 minutes, and we're starting now. Three more minutes. A minute and 45 seconds. Okay, moving on to the next one. Sometimes we find clarity in uncertainty when we look at things from a different perspective. For this exercise, imagine receiving a letter from your future self, someone who has already navigated the unknown and come out stronger on the other side. So, write a letter from your future self, offering reassurance and wisdom about what is uncertain for you now. What do they want you to know? What advice or perspective can they offer you? I'm starting the 10-minute timer now as well. 5 more minutes. Okay. Done with this prompt. Next one is let's push beyond create real life for a moment. What if uncertainty isn't something to solve, but something to create with? Let's explore through imagination. In this prompt, imagine a world where uncertainty is celebrated. Maybe people live in houses that shift overnight or careers change every 5 years. Maybe the unknown is a place you can visit. Write a short piece exploring this world. What does it look like? How do people live? Starting the 10-minute timer. 3 more minutes, folks. All right. Next prompt. Before we close, let's bring this back to ourselves. We've explored the past, the present, the imagined, and the future. Now let's consider how we might move forward in our real lives with a new relationship to uncertainty. This prompt, write about what is one step you can take to embrace uncertainty rather than fear. write about how you can meet the unknown with curiosity instead of resistance. I believe this is our last prompt, and then we're going to gather together and share. Actually, we have 2 more prompts, but we're only going to do 1 more if we have time. 2 more minutes. All right. The next prompt and final one. Actually, you know what? Let's stop it right here. Let's stop just to give everyone enough time to share, and I can share the remaining 2 prompts later. So, does anyone want to share? Please raise your hand. Let me know which prompt you are replying to. Thought my video was on. Yeah. Anyone?
If nobody,
April, Rosita, Rosita,
Yes.
April raised her hand. We're
fine,
gonna
fine.
go
Good.
and then you can share, okay?
Sure, sure, sure.
Okay, I chose the uncertainty, the world of uncertainty prompt.
Okay.
All right. In this world of uncertainty, marriage is modular as our home so that if and when it's time to shift, everything can be instantly, easily reconfigured and rolled away. People wouldn't be afraid to take chances since there would be no need to know or be sure. As a result, much would be the meandering and discovery. People would be everywhere doing everything. There would not be any jealousy or possessiveness since there would be no contracts or mandates. There would be no war because everyone would be much too busy exploring uncertainty and learning about themselves, one another, animals, and the natural world, a world of speculation and encounters.
Thank you, April.
You're
Thank you
welcome.
so much. Rosita, you want to unmute yourself?
Sure. So I took number 5, which is one step I can take to. All right, so I'm going to start. What is one step I can take to embrace uncertainty rather than fear? Is to write my stories as if they were happening in another household, another city, maybe another planet. Science fiction comes to mind. The names of my characters may remain the same, but the setting can change so that I can gain a little distance and not be afraid, because I will only be a voyeur in my own story. That ought to make my story as though it is happening somewhere else and to someone else, and I will not be overwhelmed by grief, sorrow, and rage. I will keep the names intact so that the story won't feel like completely foreign to me. After all, I would need to recognize it. If I wish to publish it, then I can change the names back. I can also change the settings back to the originals. There.
Thank you. Anyone else? Ruth, and then Maribel.
I think I'll do the first one. Yeah, I'll do the first one, which was a person. I wrote about a person. Okay, it's short. I do not know how to swim. I am a Dominican-born Brooklyn girl from Santiago. That's how I say it in that order. My mother, on the other hand, is a 4'10" girl from San Jose de la Mata and swims like a mermaid. I've seen her do it, where she dives right into 6-foot waves, her 2 little feet in the air, heels together, toes apart, touching the sky. She left me when I was 1, and she jumped right into a yola without looking back. And while I may have a multitude of abandonment issues over this, I'm also in awe of her. At 18, 2 babies left at home, she dove right into the unknown, literally. The courage that she has is unmatched. I still watch her swim, loving the ocean, despite the horrors she witnessed on that yola, and the bigger horrors she faced in Puerto Rico, and then making her way to Nueva York. Still 2 babies at home growing up without her, and she, without hesitation, working her young hands away in restaurant kitchens as a cook when she had no idea how to cook in the first place. That woman is a badass. So I always look at short people like giants. That's it.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Maribel,
Yes.
then John, then Mel, then Kimberly.
So I picked the creative unknown one. So let me take you to a village where everyone loves their cup of joe and where their names start with Mo. They trickle along as the story goes on without knowing of a worry or wrong. Within each Mo lies a truth hard to ignore. A light so bright, you will never hear a snore. When they close their eyes and take a deep breath, a song rings so deep, they never have to fret. When the Mo's don't have their cup of joe, or the world goes astow, they always know to connect with the light, where there is no worry or fright within.
Thank you, Maribel. She wrote a poem. Thank you. All right. Mel, I think you're next. John, who did I say was next? John? You ready, John?
Yes, and really quick, Angie. I do prefer to go by John Carlos.
Okay.
Just thing. So I wrote under write a letter from your future self, offering reassurance and wisdom about what is uncertain for you now. Oye, ¿qué fue contigo? Lying under those covers, acting as if there isn't a whole world right outside those doors? Mira, that pandemic did a number on us. Made you think that you're safer at home, but what safety are we choosing when you spent days in this funk, acting as if self-care doesn't include you loving yourself enough to even wash your own ass. That's as far as I got.
Thank you for sharing. Thank you. Mel, are you next? Or you want me to skip you altogether?
What was
You
that?
ready? You
Uh-huh.
ready?
No, no me deboche, no me deboche.
No, I'm asking if you're ready because I thought you were saying to go to the next person.
No. I can't remember what the exact line was for writing prompt number 1, but it's writing prompt number 1.
Okay, that was the one on, never mind. I closed the presentation.
I did it. In 2021, I ended my almost 8-year relationship with my fiance and from another state. The intention was to wait till I got back to New York and do it face to face like a decent human being. But she pressed me about it via text messages, and my ADHD diarrhea mouth couldn't control the impulse, among the many other things that contributed to our downfall. So many things interfered in that relationship, things that I don't think I could have seen unless our relationship was over. It was bound to end at one point or another, honestly. Your heart always tells you deep down, always. But hope is a bitch, and it quiets the heart quick when the mind in the survival mode within just wants love and acceptance. It makes you sell your soul almost. You lose yourself. I mean, till this day at 42 years old, ending things with her is still on my top 3 most traumatic human life experiences. I feel like I know what a divorce feels like. Hell, I'm writing this going on our 4th year after the breakup, and I still reflect on that relationship. And I either get sad, angry, sad again, disappointed, nostalgic, heartbroken, hurt. I don't think the pain ever goes away. The scar will always throb now and then to remind you of the impact it had on you. In all honesty, knowing in my core that we were not meant to be for many reasons, a part of me still misses her and wishes things would work out. She was almost perfect, if you ask me. Almost. Except that, well, she didn't see me at all, nor really accepted me. I didn't accept her either, if we're pointing out flaws here. I think we fell in love with the idea of us. That shit is powerful. For an idea to have lasted that long before fading out, shit, what a long-lasting and potent trip. Anyways, it was over, and the funny thing about life is that it always sends you signs or moments or people at a specific time to set the spark of courage in motion to end things. It was a person for me. And the universe can also be fucked up in showing you lessons when they send a specific person. Like they're gonna make it easier on you, right? Fuck you mean, like my students say. Living is hard. Yes, I'm saying it. Living is fucking hard. The work you have to do to truly live a healthy and balanced life is hard. And my beginning of that journey to learn that started that summer of 2021, when I said goodbye to the person I truly know I lived a past life with and blindly believed in my heart was my one and only soulmate. Y me cago en now. I was already 39, tired, committed to remaining a step parent with unhealed inner child traumas, overweight with a panza that inspired me to call myself Kung Fu Panza when all of this shit started. I'm still overweight. Emotions will do that to you. Testosterone too. It will make you feel like you could eat everything Pac-Man style with no breaks just to deal. I was about to embark on my own version of Eat, Pray, Love or The Alchemist. What a fucking late bloomer for soul searching. But at least it has led me here to read you this piece as part of my introduction to my memoirs. Introduction, chapter 1.
Oh, thank you, Mel. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Denise.
Hi, everyone. I want to just thank Mel for inviting me today.
Hey, D.
Hi, Boo. I'm going to read number 1, Courage. This season of my life has been filled with bitterness and strife, an emotional unraveling of a perimenopausal wife. There have been many days when I wanted to give up, but courage kept whispering my name, saying, "Not yet, D, you can't give up." With tears in my eyes and my pen in my hand, I write a letter to God, pleading for some insight about his plans. Help me to understand, and if I can't stand any longer under these emotions, help me to rise, resurrecting beyond this pain that stains my pages daily, while beckoning me to have the courage to make love to myself, to make me stronger than this moment, stronger than these emotions.
Thank you, Denise. And thank you for joining us.
Yeah, that's my coworker right there.
Thank you.
Thank you. I hope you return. All
Yes.
right, Elizabeth, your turn.
Hi, thank you. I'm going to do prompt number 1, I think it is. Write about a time when something unexpected led you somewhere new. Getting a warning ticket for an expired registration led me on an adventure. I decided to rent a car instead of dealing with the issue. I ended up having to rent the only car available, which was an electric car. I had no idea how to drive it or put fuel in it. I wanted to embrace it, so I took it. It drove smoothly. I became in love with it and the sense of newness that it provided. But then the car wouldn't take the charge from the stations. I drove around to about 4 charging stations, but couldn't get it to work. It made me question my own abilities. All I knew was that I was feeling this new feeling of not giving up. So I downloaded apps. I learned about the whole new system that only let me down by the experience, or so I thought. Luckily, I then returned the rental and tried a Kia Forte. The other was a Kia FV6 or something. I drive a minivan, so driving the Kia Forte sedan felt great. It was light and so good on gas. I kept the car for 3 weeks. I used it to face one of my biggest fears, which was driving alone with my 2 youngest children. But I did it. I drove us down to New Jersey for our 2024 family vacation. We had the best time, but most importantly, it helped me face my fear. Thank you.
Nice. Thank you so much. Anyone else wants to share? No? All right, guys, we have reached the end of our salon today. Once again, thank you for joining us and for coming through and writing. I hope that this salon served to teach you to look at things in a more positive manner and with curiosity, as these prompts explained, rather than, fear of the unknown, right? But what could be, what good things could come out of these new opportunities, right? So yeah, folks, I will see you next Sunday. Next Sunday, we have JP. The workshop is already on our website for you to share. JP is teaching the next 2 workshops. So they're 2 parts. There's some reading material as well. There's links to reading material in the workshop description. So yeah.
JP Infante?
Yes, JP Infante.
Yes. Okay, I'll be there.
So see you guys next week, all right? Have a good Sunday and stay tuned for the newsletter. I put the link to the newsletter in the chat. You can subscribe to it. And yeah, we share a lot of stuff on our Substack. So see you guys.
That's gonna come through WhatsApp, right?
The Substack goes through Substack. You have to subscribe.
Okay.
But I do share it in the WhatsApp group. Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Should I for new folks, let me share the WhatsApp group, because we do have a WhatsApp group for writers where we share opportunities and resources, call for submissions and whatnot. Where is this? I never remember this link. Numbers in my group, copy link. Okay. Putting it in the chat for anyone who wants to join. Okay. I see people already clicked on it. So, all right, folks. See you next Sunday. Bye.